show them something that wasn't an illusion. Something that was real. Something that they could see and touch. Creation is an act of sheer will. Life will find a way.
Hello and welcome to the road to Jurassic World Dominion. What do you want to watch us look back at the massive dinosaur franchise that taught people the difference between an Apatosaurus and a Sinoceratops and showed us that life finds a way. I'm Ashley Hellbley, your host for this expedition, and joining me on the trek to Isla Nublar and beyond is Dylan Blight.
Hello, I've never been to this park before. It's a wild ride. First timer.
First timer in this section of the park.
Yes.
In this section of worlds, yes. So this week we're talking about Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom. We're just like a week away from the new one. It's craziness. Alright, so please be aware we will be freely discussing anything and everything about the plot, themes, and ending of the film. So if you haven't watched it, come back later. With that said, let's jump to our discussion of Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom.
How many can you save?
11 species. Blue is the last of her kind.
You'll never capture her.
We thought you might know someone who could help.
A rescue op? What could go wrong? Hey, Blue. You know me. Come with me. You know you can't stay here. Pack your men up right now.
It was all a lie!
The man who proved raptors can follow orders. You never thought how many millions a trained predator might be worth?
They're gonna sell them.
Not Blue. They need it for something else.
What is that thing? They made it.
This is the most dangerous creature that ever walked the earth.
I say we shut this whole thing down.
Directed by J.A. Bayona, written by Connolly and Colin Trevorrow, based on characters by Michael Crichton, starring Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, Toby Jones, Ted Levine, Rafe Spall, Justice Smith, Daniella Pineda, James Cromwell, Isabella Sermon, B.D. Wong, and Jeff Goldblum. 3 years after the destruction of the Jurassic World theme park, Owen Grady and Claire Dearing return to the Isla Nublar to save the remaining dinosaurs from a volcano that's about to erupt. They soon encounter terrifying new breeds of gigantic dinos while uncovering a conspiracy that threatens the entire planet. So Dylan, you had not watched this movie before.
No.
What were your expectations going in? What had you heard about the movie that had of kind of put you off?
I know how it ends, or like the rough idea, obviously, because we're in the lead up to
yes.
Dominion. So like I know that dinosaurs
escape.
Like I know that enough dinosaurs escape somehow by the end of this film to cause like a global takeover crisis. I guess, of something, like, because that's the setup for the next film. That's about all I know. I think that's all I.
That's all you knew, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, what did you think of Fallen Kingdom?
I have a hot take in which that I think this is much better than the first World movie. I enjoyed this a lot more than World, and I don't even dislike World that much. Like, I just think it's pretty it's a safe bet, you know. Like, it's like, oh, the island, the park. It's like, let's just do. I know it's the same sort of things people have with Force Awakens. I guess it's like a. You know,
I was about to make that analogy, and what you're saying is this is The Last Jedi.
I mean,
a different director comes in, does something different with the military, destroys everything about the park. Yeah. Literally destroys the island.
It's not as good as The Last Jedi, but I do feel like it is.
And there's a segment of the audience that has misunderstood this movie and just hates it. So.
Yeah. Well, I quite enjoy that it actually just does a lot of, fuck it, let's just literally destroy everything that's sort of the franchise has been built on. Like, it'll, destroys the islands, and because it's just like as fun as the first movie is, and I think it's fine. It is just very much like it's just the first one, but the park's working this time. For the most part.
I mean, that's a crazy concept.
Yeah, I mean, it worked. Like, I enjoy that movie, but I think this one, I think that the thing I dislike the most about this one's probably the last half hour. When they're running away
Really?
from
That's the part I thought you would like the most.
Well, no, like, I liked it fine, but I just, in general, I think I liked everything prior to that, just the general direction of the movie. I don't know. I actually like it. I enjoyed all like what the bad guys were doing. It seems like what they should have been doing by the second or third movie. You know, like it just felt like the bad guys in this one finally stealing these dinosaurs off and trying to, you know, auction them off and like everything. I'm like, this should have been happening movies ago. Really, like someone should have done this ages ago. Or like made this happen. Like it feels like the franchise just spent so long.
I mean, that's what they were trying to do in 2, right?
Yeah, I guess for a somewhat of an idea. And then I know you'll probably want to loop back to this, but I don't know if this has been I saw Andrew the Curb like make a salty tweet about this on Twitter the other day, where like obviously he's not a fan. I have no problem with the human cloning. No problem.
I think it's just an odd thing to bring into it. Like, so like,
maybe it is, but I think it makes sense. Like in a world where someone in a world where this scientist or whatever discovers the ability to make dinosaurs, technology based, like similar technology, then like someone would try and make a human clone or figure out human cloning. I think it makes sense. And I enjoy that kid. I'll put that out there straight away. That little girl, I like her. I thought she was an enjoyable. I enjoyed her much more than the kids that we got stuck in the first one. There's two, the brothers or whatever. But yeah, I mean, in all, this, not saying this is a fantastic, you know, one of my favorite movies of all time. It's not going to touch the first Jurassic Park with a 10-foot pole, but I definitely feel like moving the franchise forward, this movie does more interesting things than the last couple in the franchise, you know? Like, because I feel like 2, going back to the island, is fine. But from there, it's like 3's a fucking whatever movie. And then World's like, oh, we'll just do the first one again, but the island's actually... Like, this, it moves the ideas forward. Like, by the time you get to the end of this movie, I was already excited for Dominion based solely on the concept. And that's... Like, I knew I had to watch this even before was doing this podcast. Because, like, the trailer for Dominion, I was like, fuck yeah, that's an exciting idea. Then I was like, oh, wow, I actually should probably go watch Fallen Kingdom if that's where that movie ends, because that'll excite me. So even knowing where this movie was going, by the time I got to the end of it, I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. Like, this is such a cool, like, way to end a movie. Like, it's an exciting prospect for the franchise and everything like that. So, yeah, and I think this one's a lot scarier than the first one. Obviously, something I was complaining about. Throughout, I'd say. I think it's, like, very sad at times. That shot of the dinosaur just like burning up on the island and
as
into
like
smoke and stuff. Yeah.
The boat's going away. Like remember just watching that shit this time. Like, oh wow, that is like very affecting.
Yeah. And I think all the characters are a lot better this time. Like Bryce's character, Pratt's character. I think all of them are written better in this one, and everything just like more likable, got more elements to them than just being. Maybe the stereotypes in the first one.
I think, yeah, that's a sequel thing of being able to build on what you already had
and
knowing what works.
Yeah, you get sort of a handicap coming, like in the second one, I guess, like having the backbone of that. But it's still worth saying that I enjoyed their characters a lot more in this one. Everyone in this movie. I don't dislike any character in this movie. I don't think so. Even the bad guy, Rafe Spall, yeah. Rafe. I enjoyed him. Like as a
bad guy,
as a bad guy, like I feel like his bad guy shtick was likable in a way that I enjoyed seeing him die. You know what I mean? Like,
I think I enjoyed this the second time around. Like knowing what it was going into it, and then kind of my memory of it being like a lot more disjointed. I feel like from memory and like. Look, here's half a movie in which we were on the island saving these dinosaurs, and here's another half in where they're all trapped in one building. It's like,
correct me if I'm wrong, because I probably am. But all the trailers I ever saw, it only ever showed the island.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I feel like that's what it was as well. It was a bait and switch of, hey, this is a movie about saving these dinosaurs on this island. Nope, it's a dinosaur horror house.
Because I come back to this being like, oh, we're back to the fucking island again. You know what I mean? Like,
And that's not what you want. That's what you wanted. It's almost a remake of Lost World, except, you know, focusing more on the suburban element of it than the...
which is the worst part of
that.
Lost World in my...
Yeah, so I actually like this more. Maybe it's also comparing it to 3, which we've seen recently. Like going, wow, this is much better. But yeah, I think there's things to like about it. I think a lot of the characters... It's interesting, obviously, watching this now and seeing, like, Daniella, Pineda, who's been in a couple of different things, like Cowboy Bebop, RIP, and Justice Smith, who's been in a few things, like Detective Pikachu, and that kind of stuff, and, like, then going back and seeing him in this. And yeah, I think lots of interesting set pieces. And yeah, and then, you know, obviously knowing what the finale is going to be, I mean, I think they build to it really well, like the freeing of all the dinosaurs, and then even like the horror house element, it's much shorter than I remember it being. They're only really running around that house for like away from the Indoraptor for like 15-20 minutes maybe. I felt like they like did several circles from memory of that house. But yeah, what did you think of? I think it's interesting, like how they open the movie with, like, obviously there's the islands being the volcanoes going off, and they got Jeff Goldblum talking to the U.S. government about, you know, we should just let all dinosaurs die. This is an act of God. They weren't supposed to be here. And, you know, nature is setting itself right. You know, and then, as humans do, they fuck nature.
I love how Jeff Goldblum was in. I remember him in the trailer in that, like,
yeah, they build him up.
And I love how that's it. Yeah, I love how that's
it's that,
at
and then at the end.
Yeah.
Another bait and switch thing that I think probably annoyed people, you know. But yeah, I think it's the way they set up them going back of, you know, Claire working for this dinosaur preservation group, you know, and then Owen, like, just wanting to live a normal life after they split up, which I enjoyed. Obviously the history that, you know, we have to fill in the gaps a little bit for.
Banter at the bar.
The banter. Again, this movie, I feel like this movie showcased that, you know, we need more baby dinosaurs, you know, because that video footage of Owen, like, training the raptors, adorable.
Blue and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, and then I guess the auctioning thing, that's quite an interesting idea of, like, hey, this is a special secret way that we can raise a bunch of money, purely to fund, like, building more dinosaurs and stuff. So, what did you think of the Indoraptor?
It's fine. I feel like, again, like, I didn't love as I said last week, the whole experimenting thing is like, whatever. I think dinosaurs are scary enough, but, you know, I understand it's supposed to be a meta thing on, you know, humanity and whatever else at the same sort of time.
Humans just messing with nature.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this is scarier than what's the thing the first one called? Well,
Indominus Rex.
Dominus Rex. Yeah, I think this thing's scarier than that, for sure. Also, probably because it's shot scarier. Like, this film tries to make it scarier than that dinosaur, I feel. But in general, I feel like this one is. When old mate gets in the cage there at the end to try and get its tooth out,
it's like,
just like opens its eyes that first time, the tail's like wagging, and then he goes back. I was like, oh, this cheeky bitch. Like,
I mean, that's a great sequence of, like,
yeah.
Shame there was no one there to say clever girl.
Yeah.
But yeah, that hunter dude deserved everything they got up.
Yeah, he did.
And then I also love the scene of, like, Toby Jones and the other investors in the elevator thinking they've escaped, and then something gone wrong, and the door's opening again. Yeah. It's pretty fantastic. They did deserve that. Like, there's even fun stuff on the boat, which is crazy. Like, them getting blood from a Tyrannosaurus Rex. I think that was quite an amusing sequence. And like, it makes you question the difficulty in which it took to draw the blood makes you question how mosquitoes were able to draw their blood.
I don't know. The soft part. I don't know how tough. I don't know. Maybe that's one of those things people always say it's like impossible because it can be able to sting. I don't know.
Maybe because their thing's so tiny, it can like
get through, pierce easier.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and then I liked the little girl. I think the question that people have around her is she part dinosaur?
No, she's just a clone. Where's the dinosaur part?
What is she?
Where's the?
Because they clone dinosaurs.
I
don't know. I feel like that was the thing that I remember. Like, what is crazy? They're making human dinosaur hybrids, but there wasn't really much indication on this watch through. Maybe a lot of people misread it the first time. As
someone who just watched it and hasn't caught any of this drama that was apparently around when it was released, to me, it's like, so you've got What's-Her-Face who plays the grandfather or whatever.
Yes.
And they quickly explain that he was like a partner of Old Mate, the creator of Jurassic Park, right? Like a partner in some, like business sense and stuff like that. Entrusted to sort of see through his control of his stuff, I guess, or the park or whatever. And he uses the technology when his daughter dies. And he creates a clone of her, which he tells her that that she's his granddaughter, when in fact she's just a clone of his dead daughter. Right? That's what it is, I think. Yeah. Like I thought it was pretty straightforward. It is like, again, it's an example of, should he have done that? That's like playing with, much similar to the creation of the dinosaurs. Something was dead, brought back to life. She is something that's dead. I see, the reason I don't mind it is because I definitely feel like, for me, your feelings on that character and that girl rides all on the moment right at the end when she presses that button. So she presses that button. I thought Bryce Dallas Howard was going to. I thought she was going to do that shit. And then she doesn't. I was like, oh, fuck, right? And then they're like staring at the thing. And then she presses that button and then has that line where she's like, they deserve to live, like I'm like them, or whatever she says.
Yes.
And I was like, shit. No, they can't say shit because that is a very good, like that worked for me. I was like, I feel like the whole movie's really written, like you could be like, what's the point of this character? The point of that character is to have you sympathize with her story, see her struggle. She's running around this house. You like feel really sorry for this little girl. You then discover she's a clone, and then they go, well, if you feel sorry for her and she deserves to live, then so do the dinosaurs.
I guess it depends on how much you value a human life over an animal's life, I guess.
But is she a human life?
Yeah.
But you see what I mean? Like that's the point. The move, like I get it. It works for me. I like. Maybe it's a little bit too blunt. Maybe I don't know. Apparently, from what you're saying, people didn't understand. So maybe it wasn't straightforward enough. But yeah, I was like, no, I vibe with that. I'm down.
Doesn't mean she doesn't have some sort of dino DNA.
Fucking, there's nothing. They don't mention anything about fucking dinosaurs. Man, people are bad at watching movies. Come on.
That did remind me of something else. It was the Indoraptor. I love the little toe tapping thing that it does constantly. Fucking scary. Yeah. Just hear it coming.
Yeah.
All right. Who was this week's dinosaur MVP, Dylan?
Fuck. That's hard. Hey, every other week I've had a prepared answer. It has to be Blue.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, I'm going Blue.
Saves the day. Once again, goes over on the bad guy. This time clean.
Yeah, no, I wasn't a big Blue fan from last WrestleMania, but this showdown, this WrestleMania, this one, I was completely aboard the babyface turn. So yeah, it's fine.
She was always babyface,
I didn't realize it was
maybe a tweener for a little bit. When she,
Bad booking,
but then, you know, she teamed up with the Tyrannosaurus to take out the Indominus Rex, remember? So, you know, it was a 3-on-1 assault. But yeah, Blue's a good choice. I'm going to go with my little buddy, the Pachycephalosaurus.
What's that?
That's the little dude with the hard head.
Oh, yeah, no, he's great. I like when he comes around that corner and then Chris Pratt's just like, hey, buddy, you want to team up? Like, whatever he says to him, just sticks him that ever. You think what I'm thinking? Yeah, I thought it was funny.
And then just sends him up the lift where he just
Like,
fucks everybody up.
Wild. Yeah. Does not go wild on Chris Pratt.
They're buddies. That's
when
why.
he comes around. They're friends, apparently. But as soon as he goes down the elevator, everyone.
No.
Fucking ping pong in there.
All right. Anything else you feel like you need to discuss from Falling? Well, the island stuff, I think that was really well done. Like the dinosaur coming down the pipe, like the lava.
Yeah, that was scary.
That was a cool shot.
I like that scene. I also like where they shoot out and leave Chris Pratt dead.
Why?
I really appreciate. Well, I don't know why they do that. Yeah, I don't know.
No, it was just why'd you like that? Like, why'd you like seeing Chris Pratt dead?
No. I was about to give him a compliment. The body,
the limp body acting.
humor. Yeah. I thought that was quite good. Just escaping, like climbing over that log and everything like that. Just
they made lava look pretty bad.
Yeah,
which it is.
Lava's dangerous.
It is dangerous, but then that dinosaur gets sprayed with lava several times and like shakes it off.
It's got armor, you know, like it's got a little bit of protection.
I guess
protection.
And then like the whole chase down the side, away from the lava, incredible.
Yeah, I like how that T-Rex just fucks up that one dinosaur and is like,
he's like,
I ain't got time to eat you, so I got to get the fuck out of here. Like,
yeah, lots of actually good moments in this movie. It's like surprising. Yeah,
I'm telling you, it's better than the first one. I'm putting it out there now.
Better than the World is what.
Better than World. It's way better than World. There's like maybe it's a bit rougher because World's like.
Yeah, I think it's just a little bit more. There's a bit of a pacing issue. I think it's not as smooth. Or
all in all, I just feel like it's just like I'll take the issues because it's just different enough. Like it's different. It's not. It doesn't feel like it's treading similar water.
All right. Anything else you want to discuss?
No. I was really keen by the end of this movie for Dominion. So
yeah, we'll say Rafe's ball does go out well. Eaten by the Tyrannosaurus Rex, who
goes out like a little bitch, but that's the way he deserves to.
That's the way he deserved to go, and we won't see any more of the Indominus Rex stuff again. You would assume.
Well, yeah, I hope not.
Even though, spoilers, they've announced there's a new special dinosaur in the new movie. So
yeah, they're like the scariest one ever. I'm like,
yeah. Well, I mean, BD Wong's still going around. You know, he escapes again.
He's like, there's old dinosaurs wandering the earth, but I better just get back in the kitchen. Cook up a new one. Fuck it.
All right.
I bet you it's, I'm going to make one to kill the rest or some fucking bullshit plan.
Make one dinosaur that just wants to kill dinosaurs. There's a dinosaur killing dino.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm sure nothing will go wrong with that.
This guy's a really smart scientist, apparently. Fucking idiot.
Let us know what you thought of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom by going to explosionnetwork.com/Twitter or jump into our Discord at explosionnetwork.com/Discord. If you want to help us out here at What Do You Want to Watch, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or Podchaser, or leave us 5 stars. Anywhere you can leave 5 stars or tell people about the show. And if you've liked this road to Jurassic World Dominion and you've thought it's worth $1, head on over to our Ko-fi page at explosionnetwork.com/support. Alright, thank you very much for listening. Until next time, keep watching stuff, I guess.